recording.
Okay.
So welcome Nisha Khan in Hall of Fame. So Hall of Fame is a format where we interview our students who are well placed from last at least 1 year and doing their great in their career. So Nisha is my student from Information Developer Foundation and she's doing quite well in her career. So let's today read her mind about technical writing. So welcome Nisha Khan in Hall of the Fame.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So before starting, we want to know about the meaning of your name.
Oh, I always get this question. Even during my interviews, I always get this is the first question everyone asks me.
Yes.
Okay, so it means new morning. So in Arabic, it is Sahidunnisa, but sometimes when we spell this, it comes out as Sahidunnisa, but Sahidunnisa. Her comes
Okay.
out from your, you know,
Okay.
epiglottics, as we say. Yeah.
Okay. So why technical writing and how technical writing happens to you?
Okay, so I did my schooling, my engineering, I've done aircraft maintenance engineering, all that from Mumbai. And technical writing is a field you will not know when you're in college or anything. It is very, hidden kind of job profile that if you ask someone, no one might know, or people might get it confused with something else. So this is not something that, people know or study for it during college days and all those things.
True.
But for me, how it came is I always had interest, showcasing my ideas, or I was always appreciated of making any complicated concept and explaining them in the simple terms and simple language which is easy to understand for any other person. So when I completed my college, I was on my on job training. That time in aeronautics, in aircraft maintenance engineering, there is something as technical writing in aircraft domain.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into that first. I worked for Airbus for almost 3 years, Airbus projects for different manuals, but it is little bit different than software technical writing. But more or less it is same only. It is writing you write. But there the designation given to you is engineer.
Okay.
So that's how my journey started. I was introduced to technical writing through aeronautical domain. And then when I got into it, I saw there's a big ocean of, scope. There is different domain you can explore in, and it is very vast. It is not like narrowed as, okay, you're developer, okay, you'll be developer of, three four different front end, back end, full stack, find these three. But in technical writing, if you see, it's a vast space. You can tap into many different domains. Base If your base is strong, your fundamentals are strong in technical writing, I believe you can work in any domain. But yeah, you have to keep learning, and there are many platforms. Even in Google, there are people are very much scared of, domain change sometime, or they say that, okay, everything changes. No, not everything changes. If your base is strong, you're confident enough on your understanding of language structure and other stuff, then writing about any complicated, any unknown topic, it becomes easy. It depends on how good you do your background study of it, and
Okay.
how good you are in collaborating with your peers, with your other stakeholders, SMEs, and so on. And it's a very interesting journey, to be true. It has its own ups and downs. uh but yeah, it's very interesting. And it's not, tech writing is not just about writing. People usually understand it, okay, it's like something as content writing. Okay, you don't have knowledge about what you're doing, it's just that you do a grammar check. No, it's lot more than that. You
True.
are the person, like if you see in any development, as a developer would work on one feature of the product, and he
That's true.
might know all end to end detail of one feature, but you are a sole writer of complete product. There are times that I have seen and I have experienced also that I know everything about like overall how it works and how it is connected with everything, whereas the developer doesn't know that. They only focus on what they have worked on, but as a technical writer you understand the bigger picture. You try to understand the customer's perspective, and that becomes really interesting. It gives you a seat to say that, okay, I understand this as whole. Maybe you might not know it through its core
That's true.
as developer, I'm not saying that you would know, but as a whole you would have a very good picture, and having that power of knowing that thing, it is really very encouraging and very exciting.
That's true. Nisha, one question, like as you said, you were an aeronautic engineer, so you move into software technical writing, right? So
Hmm.
what prompted you to come from your core from aerospace to software, and what are the challenges you faced?
Okay, so as I told you that I have worked almost for 3 years for Airbus project in different manuals. So when I was looking forward to switch to software domain, my initial 1 year I worked in wiring. So wiring, and there are few manuals where your language is not that much tested, but there are few manuals in aero domain also, like maintenance manual, component manual. Those are core, you know, uh, text content,
Mhm.
text heavy. So there is something your language and your skill on structuring as in software domain is tested. So when I thought, okay, I want to switch to software, I spoke to many people. Many people suggested, okay, take this course, you have to pay 70, 80K, and yeah, they'll teach you tools. Basically, people are scared of tools. I don't understand why. And at that moment, to be true, even I was scared because I didn't know, right? I was not ready to spend another 80K for some coaching, and I was working also at that time. It was not like I was idle. I had time to invest. Okay, go in classes from morning till evening, sit there, and then I heard some people saying, you see, when you start searching, right, and when you don't have knowledge about things, people will tell you, mostly you will get people who will tell you, no, it's very difficult. See, I have given so many interviews, still I wasn't not able to switch. And people who told me all these things, I used to look up to them. Yeah, they are still in aero, they are doing great, but for them it did not work out. That doesn't mean it will not work out for me.
Very true.
So and yeah, at that moment I was also scared to tap into this because I don't know, I haven't done any course. I thought it is something very different, difficult, code heavy kind of a thing. And then one fine evening, I think I got call from you to
Hmm.
check, okay, am I looking for anything like this? And then I think we spoke for almost 45 minutes. That was the first conversation, and we spoke for almost 45 minutes.
Hmm.
And when I spoke to you, right, I got a little bit of confident. Okay, why not? Why not? Let me start somewhere. I was doing my own study through YouTube, some few free courses and all those things. But having a guidance from someone who's already in field and has helped so many people, it was really, it's like you got a word, God's hand on you. Okay, I've given you an opportunity and chance, and you just grab it. Don't think it's going to happen, not going to happen. You're not jobless, right? You still are getting your food on your table.
That's
You're
true.
doing that. So let's do it. And this is the time you take risks, you test your ability. So I trusted you, and we started a journey. We used to do weekends, we used to do classes, then we used to do group studies also, all your students, like we used to connect sometime, discuss on one topic, and it started that way. I think after I think when I spoke to you, within there I think within a couple of weeks I have already put paper in my current company. because in my current job there was a notice period of 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So in today's, even today's time, and then when I was looking for a change, I used to get calls, but people listening, okay, 3 months, they used to not wait for you. So I was like, okay, I've put paper, and at that moment, I had one more offer, but that was from Aero domain only.
Okay.
A good offer, decent offer, but I was so scared to be jobless. What if something didn't happen? Because people give you so many scary things, right? So I just wanted to keep myself safe, and I didn't want it to be jobless for a day also. For me, having job is, it's part of my life now.
Or if
I can't imagine myself. And I was scared at that time. I didn't have proper guidance. So what I had this arrow, one offer, and I've put paper. So for me it was like, okay, I have this 2 months or 3 months in which I have to look for a job. What paper I had, that company also, the project I was going for, it was very hectic, and there were people who have told me like, you better don't go to that project, it is very screwed up. So I didn't wanted to go, so I was very desperate. Okay, I should find it. Then our journey started. You coached me, okay, how to prepare for interviews, type of questions you're gonna face. And initially, yeah, I did, experience rejection, because people have this, in the mind, like, uh, people coming from Aero, what they do there and what work we have here, it's very different. But let me tell you, that's not true.
that's true.
In
Agree.
fact, in fact, the language, the seriousness, the strictness, the preciseness of the language that we have in Aero domain, it's very, very, it's here, and what we have in software, it's still here. Like, you can,
Yes,
tap here and there. But in Aero domain, it is do or die kind of thing. If you make minor error, and if you get external rejection, it costs you in euros. And then you are answerable why that, okay, one punctuation or one subject verb agreement here went here and there, and there used to sit a committee for a 1 hour, just saying what was root cause analysis, 5 why. It was very strict at that time, so people don't understand, the people coming from aero domain. And I'm not saying aero domain they have worked any in manual, especially this I told you, maintenance manual, component manual, which are text heavy, who have worked on that. They really have very good understanding of language and structure, I would say. It gives you very strong core to your base,
that's true.
which you really need in your initial days. Initial days, it's good to have some strictness, because that builds your base. So when I started getting calls, when people used to ask me, okay, what experience you have, I was very truthful. I used to say, okay, yeah, I have this is aero domain. I'm working on this manual. I used to try to explain them, but even in the first call itself, they used to say, no, we are looking for someone with pure software domain only. But I don't blame those talent acquisition people also. That's what they're asked to look for. They don't have that knowledge.
That's
Okay,
true.
this is more or less same. But yeah, for me, I got rejections because of that. So I got some rejections. Then I was getting calls. I used to, you suggested few tricks, like every morning do some edits in your LinkedIn, keep updating something or the other. There are a lot of other things. I'm not going to tell everything here, but you know better. So we started doing all, applying to jobs, whatever it is, just check the JD and keep applying. Then I started getting calls. I got good number of calls, and I got opportunity for giving interviews also. And trust me, when I was giving interview, I don't think because of my technical rounds I have failed any interview. I gave nearly 6 to 7 interviews, from
But
service based, from Bangalore, Pune, one in Ahmedabad. So I
mhm,
used to get calls from everywhere. I gave interviews. Technical round used to go very good. And there was one big company. I'm not going to call out the name, but in that, I've given interview went all good, spick and span, nice. During my HR round, when they do this background verification or something, so aircraft maintenance engineering again hit me there. I was trying to explain them. They see this is a course. This is you have a certification. It's not something fake. We have certification from DGCA. It's a 3 years course. But that time maybe the HR guys they didn't understand that. They thought maybe the course what I did is not affiliated and all those things, and I was rejected. So
Yeah,
you don't know where things hit you.
the good thing
So
is that you
when
don't lose your trust and you keep on doing
yeah,
it, right? And every interview teach you something, right? So sometimes
that's
I
very
think
good.
works for like somebody get job in couple of interviews, some get job in 4 or 5 interviews. Even sometimes you are a very professional writer, developer, tester, whatever, but you need to give 4 or 5 interviews to get selected. So it's a matter of chance. But
Yeah.
the good thing is that you didn't lose your heart. You keep on doing the action. You keep on taking the action. What I understand till now from your conversation with you that you are an action taker, right? So you talk to me, you took action, you find a mentor, you follow the path which I told to you, like do this on LinkedIn, do that on Naukri, right? And you follow the path and you keep doing it, right? And you don't doubt your capability. So this is a good thing. This is a action takers people, right? So now they get result.
Hmm.
Or you keep on just doing a free YouTube and free courses and you go nowhere. Like as you said, like few of your friends, they are still not able to get what they want or they want their goal is, right? So it's all about taking action, having confidence on yourself, on your mentor, right? And I met a lot of aerospace technical writers who want to come into software technical writing, but they have a lot of objections, right? So, what message do you want to give them? Should they think of that, or they should go into core? So, I don't say that being in aerospace is a bad thing, right? It's a good thing. But if they
No, no,
want to
it's a
come
good
to the
thing.
software, but they want to come to software towards IT industry or into software writing, so what they should do? From where they should start. They'll actually doubt a lot of things. Like I mean, a lot of people give them negative things, right? It's very difficult for you, right? You will not get a job, all those things. So what message you want to give them? How should they start?
Okay, so what message I would give? It's not any rocket science. Don't fall into that saying or you believe those people who say, oh, no, it is very difficult or yeah, it's very different. It's not. It's just that how dedicated you are, how interested you are, and how much fight you have in yourself that you can fight for yourself. If not for yourself, then who?
Correct.
So now there are a lot of people like Rahul sir, you yourself, you guide people and it has worked. I can vouch for that. It has worked. You just need a little bit of real life guidance and little bit of push and you'll do it. It's not very different. Don't be scared and just keep learning and keep testing your skills, keep practicing, and I think yeah, that's all. It will get you where you want yourself to be.
That's true. My 20% student, I can say, is from aerospace background, right? And those who have in somebody is even from 10 plus years of experience, right? They come to me and they go to good, and they're doing quite good in software industry. So it's just a self belief, or it's just a mental block, right? Like your degree will not be accepted, all those things. Okay, one company will not accept, other will not accept,
Yeah.
someone will accept, right? So that is always there. Few company they have their criteria, like they want somebody from computer science background, right? Few companies don't take care of it. Few companies give focus on English, right? There's a more than lakh company in India for IT industry, right? In IT industry, so you should not limit yourself. And one will reject, two will reject, 10 will reject, right? So somebody will take you,
uh,
right? So just to start, it's
Everyone.
a matter of once you start, once you get in, right, you will get in. So don't block yourself. It's just a mental block, right? And
Yeah.
I don't say, like I have seen like people with aerospace writers and content writers or heavy engineering writers, they will have this kind of mental block. But my most of the students are from different fields. They are from CA background, they are from interior design background, they are from hotel management background, and today they all are doing quite good in technical writing. They all are very, very happy and they are very well paid. Okay. So now, Shabdanisha, coming to the next thing. So, what major challenge you see technical writers are going to face, or do you? Let me put it a different way. Do you see AI as a friend or a challenge or a threat for technical writers?
I would say as a friend, but yeah, people do have misconceptions saying that even in the same company that we work, who don't know what is technical writing, who don't understand what we do, they will of course say, okay, it's just writing, right? AI
Yeah.
can write it, generative AI can write it, create the fresh content and give you, but we can prove that it cannot do that. What you do, it cannot. And even I personally use chat gpt on my daily basis because we work on different products, different technology. It really helps me understand any complicated term in a simple manner. It helps me understand, do my research study.
Hmm.
But if I tell that, ask question to that AI, it will not give, it whatever information it gives me, it will be give like a base to me. I can build on top of it, but I cannot use that base without any filtration or without any work on it. Same it goes for codes. If you see today, AI can also generate code and give you in different language, whichever you like. So do we say that developers are going to go out of jobs? No, right? What
Yes,
do
no.
developer do? Someone has an idea, okay, I want this to be done, and developers they work on that. They make that happen. They write codes for that and make that happen. But that doesn't mean we don't say, okay, generative AI generates code also, so developers also going to go out of job. No, that's not going to happen. Same applies here. It's your friend. It facilitates you with the knowledge, with the background study, with the base properly. But it will not give you 100% clean or purely original content that you want to give it to your users. As of now, I would say I can guarantee and say it cannot give you now. I don't know about future, but no, it is not that easy, to replace human with such generative things. Yeah, few things it has happened in past, but as of now, I'm working in the industry. We are using ChatGPT paid license version as well as, and there are other AI softwares and all. We are using it, but we have tested that it is not giving what we want. That's why people are paid so much today. You say you students have highly paid jobs. Why? Why they are highly paid? If it was so easy and cheaper to get the work done from AI, then why would people hire people, writers to do that job? Initially, also, like eventually, I think a few years back, companies used to make developers only write the document because they used to think it's just writing, how much is going to impact our business. But over the time, people have realized, like, no, it has huge impact on our business. And that's how the documentation team, departments, some companies have hundreds, 300s of writers in their company. Why? Because it does impact your business. It does impact the quality of the information you're giving it to customer. Developers R&D, they develop. It is writer's document that takes the voice and the intention of it to the user. No
Correct.
developer is going to go and communicate with them and guide them when they're stuck. And you cannot spend so much money on customer support also because it reflects bad on
True.
your development and things. So we are a face to customer, from like companies face to customer,
Hmm.
to ensure that the customers that we have at present are retained and are satisfied.
Perfect.
And people have seen that value. That's why technical writing is there in the industry. And I, as of now, would not say that it will take your jobs, but yeah, it will facilitate you, make good use of it. And yeah, it will, in fact, it will help you grow and, make best out of it.
So for technical writer, apart from technical writing, what one skill do you think should have to grow as a technical writer or grow into IT industry? Something like the negotiation skill, something like people skill. What you want to say?
Yeah. Yeah, people skill are very important for us. As I say, we don't develop things, right? We don't develop code, products, features, and so on. Thing. We are the people who sit in the center, collect information from all different stakeholders,
True.
like the stakeholder who are front face of the customer, who get the requirements, the people who are in customer support, who are in the post delivery phase, who face on daily basis, they face calls or they support customers to get their deployment done and all those stuffs. And then there comes an engineering department, developers, so they all have the mindset of their um, you know work area. But we as a technical writers, we have to gather information and we have to neutralize that, uh, s- like, see, as a developer, they think from development perspective, what they're developing, why, how they are developing. But what you need in your document, you want your document to be customer centric.
Hmm.
It is you who bring that mindset in your document, like, okay, as a user, what can I do with it? If you speak to developers, they'll tell you, okay, we have made this, we have developed this, we have done this feature works like this, like this, like this. But what, as a user, what can I do with it?
That's true.
And when I'm using in particular use case, looking at particular use case, when I'm going to fall or when I'm going to be in a need of that particular information, all those analysis you do. And to understand, to gather information, having people skill is one of the most important. Having patience,
Yeah.
going, doing your own background analysis, and then going and talking and interviewing people. Interviewing is also very important skill. Just don't go blindly and, we ask, okay, you give me information, explain me what it is. You have to do your background, study. Go with your some questions so that even your stakeholders have some faith in you. Okay, you understand. Like, people have misconception, right? We are techies and writers don't understand technical languages. That is not true. Yeah, you have to upskill yourself to understand that. You have to be a bit techy, but yeah, that's what I said. You don't have to be expert, but have that much knowledge so that if the opposite person talks in some techy language, you understand that.
Okay.
So yeah, people skill, background study, and the curiosity to understand any concept by yourself, that, and bringing the mindset of end user or whoever is the consumer of your document. So that is one of the important, these are few of the important skills that every tech writer should have. I've also seen people who are like, okay, whatever is given, right? And eventually in other, like, development team also get used to it, because when we change what they give, many a times they don't agree.
Correct.
Many a times it happens, like, you get into, heated discussion, know what they are saying and what we wrote, they say you completely change the meaning of what it does and what it. So when you have your base strong, whatever you do, you have to have a justification why I'm doing this. If you have that why you have done this and you show them the value of it, and it is documentation, you have to take charge of it. You cannot do, okay, simply someone said, okay, write this, and you wrote this.
Correct.
That's how you earn their respect and show your value to it.
Perfect. So we are almost end of the conversation, Shabdunisha. So it was great talking with you. It was a great message by to you. So what you want to say? Become an action taker. Don't underestimate yourself. If you any background you are, just go ahead and take charge and take action.
Yeah.
So that is the what I understand cracks from you, and all the best wishes for your future endeavors. Hope to interview in the next tipping point. That will be I will disclose what is that in future videos. Okay. So thank you for your time, Shabdu.
Okay, no problem. So anytime, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure here. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.